So who else out there just gets on big hooks about things all the time? Like, you start getting through a phase where you're really addicted to, I guess, like a certain TV show or a fad or really anything like that, website or video game. Just get really into it. What's the word for that? Like temporary addiction, I guess, where it's not forever. I guess in a way, it's like if you're addicted to a certain video game, you could just be addicted to video games, or if you're addicted to a certain TV show, you could just be addicted to television. But like with stuff like that, it's never been exactly what it is with me. I feel like I get addicted to a video game. Like I got really into GTA 5 for a long time. Really into it, played it a lot, finished the game, did a lot of the side quests, did a lot of just roaming around. Then I put the game away and I never really returned to it. And it's not like I'm a big gamer and I don't really play a lot of games. And it's not like I just moved on to another game. I just kind of left it at that. Same with YouTube. I'll get on this big kick of like certain YouTube videos or channels, watch a lot of their content, get really into it. And I used to do this a lot. Don't really have the time to do this anymore. But even then, there's certain types of content that I get really into for a while. I'm using that word content again. I always say I don't like that word content and then I keep bringing it back. But I watch a lot of different types of videos, but I'll get really focused on one type and really dig into them. And for a while I was really into video essays on movies, and then I was really into gaming, specific gaming channels, like Game Grumps for a long time. And then I get really into like Cinemassacre. There was like a summer where I just watched like all the Cinemassacre movie reviews, like really dug deep to find all the old ones. And then for a while I got into like just watching motivational videos all the time. I guess for myself, but just, it's like in general, just like the way they were designed and edited and the different types of vocals they would use. I just get really into stuff like that, and then I kind of drop off. So it's not like I just move on to another YouTube set or something. No, I'll just kind of move on to something else and, get into like a certain director for a while. But then I just kind of leave it be, and it doesn't become like part of me. It's not something I reference all the time. It's not like I put it up there with things, oh yeah, I like this stuff, that stuff. Like, no, I just kind of move on, and then sometimes I come around to it again, like, I did that a lot with Whose Line Is It Anyway. I would watch compilations of hours upon hours of Whose Line Is It Anyway. And then I just kind of let it go for a while, move on, forget about it for a while. And I never really mentioned it as one of my favorite shows. And then I return to it and I dig into it and I find these videos again and I rewatch them and I get really into the show again and then drop off of it. And I do that a lot with a lot of different things. I don't do it as much now as the way I used to, because now I'm a little more rounded with what I want to watch, in that I guess I'm expanding things. I want to dig into a wider array of content. Content, I keep saying that. It's just the go-to word that rounds up like everything. Everything that we consume, we just call it content. I don't like that. But basically, I get into certain stuff and then I just really focus on that for a while. That's how it used to be, but now I just kind of dig into everything and whatever's I'm thinking of at the moment. And I feel like maybe my mind wanders a little more now. You feel like that your mind shouldn't wander as much when you get older, but I feel like mine does more now because I'm trying to find more and I'm trying to see more and I'm trying to expand things more. And but every once in a while, there comes a little addiction, something that I get really into, and right now it's Shark Tank. I'm really into Shark Tank. I love Shark Tank so much at the moment, and I forgot how much I loved the show. I really like the concept. I really like the sharks. I really like the ideas that come forth, and it makes me want to like do more. And that's sometimes what it is. Sometimes I get really into like, I got into, like a video game channel for a while and I was like, oh, I should try to do like video Let's Plays. It's one of those things where it's like, you're not going to be good at that. And I'm not very good at just saying no to an idea that comes into my head or that I see someone else doing. And I'm like, I'd love to give that a try. I do like trying things, and I can say that I have tried a lot of different things, but, I I also need to know when to like let go of something, which I don't know if I'm necessarily good at. Not that I am still making Let's Plays, but there's still times where I'm like, oh, I should try to do something like that again. Or maybe if I did it differently. And I do that with podcasts a lot. I don't know if really podcasts are a good setting for me. I don't even know if this vlog right here is a good setting for me, but I definitely think about them a lot. And I'm like, oh, I could do different things with it though. And I could keep trying it. And I'm not very good at letting go of things, you know. So then I watch Shark Tank and it gets bad because it's like I just start thinking of all the weird ideas that I have, and I'm like, why don't I try to push forward with these? And that's the thing. My mind wanders way too much, and it wanders more now because, like I said, I used to be able to focus on things more in a way that, like, you know, I could focus on a specific thing I'm liking in that moment, and I don't do that as much anymore because, you know, I haven't been on this long tread of being into one specific video creator or type of movie or video game specifically. You know, nowadays I just kind of go all over the place because, you know, one, I'm more busy, but also I think just my mind wanders more because, you know, I've said it before in this channel, but I know that my time is finite and I'm very aware of that. So I'm trying to just also take in as much as I can. So, you know, I'm doing that more. I'm more self-aware than I think I was previously. So as I get older, I feel like my mind wanders more. And it gets bad when you're watching something like Shark Tank because then all your weird ideas that you've ever come up with, you're like, oh, why don't I do more with that? Not even that I should move forward with it or that I'm going to or I'm going to stop everything and just go with something. But it definitely makes me think, oh, why didn't I try to do something more with that? Even though my ideas are probably not great and they're probably weird. But, you know, it gives me the spirit of like motivation and really try to run things more organized and be more prepared. And that's something I could still work on, even in the things that I've been putting time into for a long time. And I don't think I still do it absolutely great. You know, like this, you know, YouTube channels, you know, I've definitely improved, but there's still things I could do better. I could get release times better for sure. I should stop releasing videos late. This one will probably even premiere late in the day, and I gotta stop with that, but I've never been good at that. That's something that could be improved. Consistency, that could be improved. Sometimes I like the madness where I'm like doing different kinds of things all the time, but you know, like I said, it's weird because it's like definitely, you can even see it in my videos. My mind wanders more than ever, and I don't think it's bad. It's not like I don't take enough time to really learn something or discuss a topic, but I definitely wander in my tastes. I guess it's not the worst thing, but you know, I think it makes it tougher though to really pin down on a goal. You know, I have several goals all the time, and you know, that's not, I don't think it's bad, but it makes it probably tougher to really achieve any goals. You know, like any focus, because, you know, if you're putting your mind into one headspace, but then you're putting it towards something else, you know, none of them really jive with one another, you know, it can become messy and then it kind of slows everything down. So I don't know. But I'm hooked on Shark Tank at the moment. And it's like, you know, I get hooked on things still once in a while, and now it seems to be the big thing right now, and I'm like, great. But it kind of makes me wonder, I'm like, when do things start to die down? Not that I, you know, oh, I don't want my love for Shark Tank to die down. It's not that. It's, I think, more this entrepreneur spirit and this motivation to be my best self and really try to take the time to learn a lot, try to take in as much knowledge as I can and make the most of every day and understand, you know, that I already know that time is finite. Now, what do I do with that? Seeing these ideas be brought forward and discussed on this show kind of, you know, it gives me that energy. And I like that. And I want to capture that. And I don't want to lose that. And I feel like, you know, once I move on to the next thing, it's like I still want to hold on to that somehow. I think it has a lot to do with like how we have certain goals or we want to do certain things, or, you know, it's like, oh, I'm going to wake up every day and run every morning. And then you do it for a while and then you actually start to keep up with it and then you stop and then you never gain it back. And it's like, same with people kind of who like maybe have an addiction, like a legit addiction, not like me where I'm like, oh, I'm addicted to Shark Tank at the moment. That's not like a real addiction. That's like I'm gonna finish the episodes and then I'm gonna move on. Like, I've done it a lot, but, people who have, like, addictions, it kind of makes me wonder, like, what is that headspace of, like, really trying to get out of it? And then for a second, it actually seems like you're getting out of it, and then you just go back into it again. And at, like, what point do you actually kind of look at it fourth dimensionally, where you're just kind of thinking, oh, man, it's like I've been doing this my entire life, where I keep trying, I get into this headspace of, like, finally escaping it, and then I don't. And what's the thing that always ends up bringing me back? And that's what I'm kind of trying to figure out right now. Not with an addiction, but with that energy of keeping that energy of pushing forward, trying to do my best work, trying to be productive, and trying to really aim for a goal. Like, how do I hold on to this energy and not get back into, like, a sluggish period? I think right now I've still kind of been in a sluggish period where I haven't been getting out the type of videos that I've been wanting to get out. And, even as you can see with this vlog channel, I haven't been hitting every day. I'm trying to catch up again, but it's like, how do I get that energy again? Because burnout's a thing, and burnout, I think, needs to be allowed to happen. But it's like, how do you capture this energy, though, and make sure you don't go back? You do it. Is it just inevitable that people always end up going back to where they were, or there's always going to be a sluggish period, or that sluggish period's always going to take you over? Because with some people, it doesn't seem like they do. But those people, it's kind of hard to relate to, because, a lot of people who are successful, it's like they already have the resources to escape it. A lot of other people who are still at the bottom don't have the resources. So, it makes me wonder, like, what resources do I have right now? And you really have to start thinking fourth dimensionally, like, what do I have right now? What's something that really excites me about this specific way of thinking, the way of living, the way of being productive? How do I hold on to it? And how do I make sure I can immediately go back to this feeling if I start to have a sluggish period, or if I start to fall out of it? How do I return to this immediately? I think that's the real challenge. And I don't know if there's, like, an answer to that, but I think it's, like, an interesting thing to think about a little more fourth dimensionally. Because I've always thought that way, but yet I've still let these, like, sluggish periods really affect me and kind of slow me down. And I just need to know, like, there has to be a way, and it's like, I don't know if it's a matter of writing it down and referencing it every day, or kind of having a more, certain routine to your day so you can kind of stay with the flow. I don't know. But try to take my thought process here, relate it to yourself, and if you have any hints, or if you have any strategy for your own life, definitely leave it in the comments below, and let's work on this together. Let's learn how to hold on to the excitement of the now, of something that's new and exciting. And I know it sounds weird. It's like, what, you're excited about Shark Tank? No, it's not that, really. It's more just, Shark Tank kind of evokes that energy that I really like. And that's an energy that, it's reality TV. There's definitely, like, a fakiness to it all. But there's also this, like, there's something truthful about it in a way. Because it's like, this is, like, these are legit deals. And these are legit ideas. And it makes me, like, want to really grab that energy and be like, keep this energy. Because this makes you excited, and this makes you want to do something. So when you really want to do something, you're more productive. You're in a better headspace, and you got to hold on to that, because maybe there actually is a way to avoid those sluggish periods, or at least find a quicker escape route. So I think that's interesting.